Hey, this is Yoshi. Haven't done any updates for last 2 weeks or so, maybe more. So I decided to do a random update. Um, so obviously there are a lot to see, I think. But I'm going to separate to Hoya plus something and Orchids. So two updates. And obviously you're looking at the Hoya imperialis. So this is a Hoya update, and maybe a little more. You're looking at the imperialis purchased from Doug Chamberlain. As you can see, it just keeps growing. It's getting colder, but it's not really slowing down, which is good. And I noticed something here. What is this little thing? Yeah, I don't know. New growth, maybe? Maybe peduncle? I don't know. We'll see. I just love this plant, with or without flower. So here is another imperialis. I don't know why, but it's carving right here. If you know why, let me know. But unless otherwise, it's still growing. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. I'm thinking it's too cold for this, which is kind of funny because it's supposedly the same plant, or same, it's not same clone, but you know what I mean. It's just kind of weird that it acts different, but I think this one has a less root system than that, because when Doug Chamberlain sent it to me, it's fully developed root system with it. So I think that's the difference. This is Hoya Bella. At this point, I think it needs water, so I'm gonna water right away after this. But it's still blooming. I wish it has a scent, but it's just very pretty, still blooming and doing fine. I already made some cuttings. I'm thinking to cut more because it's getting a little too bushy in my little apartment. But yeah, it's still making peduncles, so more to come too. It's been blooming from May, so yeah, what is it, October? It's been blooming non-stop for 5 months. Strongly recommended. Like I said, I wish it has a fragrance, but better than no bloom, I guess. And some people have problem growing this for some reason. I find it's a easy grow plant, but if you would like me to make a video about care tips, please let me know. Here's Hoya imperialis Palawan. It's yellowing here and here. It sometimes happens when you have a cuttings which is branching out. It tends to stop growing on older stem for some reason, and then if you can take a look here, this one is the new growth right here, so it's avoiding the other ones. So at this point there's no point of having this. I'm gonna just cut this, or it might even cut it here and cut it here. Then it will start focusing on growing here. And this one also has a new growth here. I don't know if you can tell right here. So I don't know what's up with this. It might start growing, I think. Yeah. So that's that. It's doing well in my kitchen windowsill. Unlike the other one, I don't know what's up with the other one. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep this here, and my kitchen windowsill has lots of humidity too, so that helps too. This is Hoya Natalie, one of my favorite foliage Hoya, with brown edge, pretty. So as I was looking just now, I didn't even notice there's a new stem coming up. Well, I guess I knew that, but it got super long. So, and there's a new node right here. I don't know if you can see this, but that's where the leaves are, and then like air roots are coming from. So yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna create more, and it's a top heavy Hoya, so I have to stick it again. But yeah, it's just a gorgeous looking plant. Oh, and then I just noticed here's a new stem starting up here too. Cool. Nice. It will make leaves there too. There's a node already formed. So here is a collective look of my carnivorous plants in my windowsill in the kitchen. I mean, not much change, but I don't know where. Well, I know this, but these capensis, I didn't plant it there. It's coming from actual Drosera capensis that I had, which flowered, and before I knew it, it dropped seeds, and then it just saw itself and just came back alive here. There's so many, it's like a weed. And all those urticularias, I don't really restrict which grows where, so I don't know. Some pots like this one is mixed with La Vida and Sarasonii, so it's kind of interesting. This guy though, it's cute. Warburgii or something like that. That's pretty cute. It's like almost like a sequence bloomer or something. It just keep going up and blooming. And coming back to Hoya, here's a multiflora cutting from Etsy purchase. Doing really well. Made a few leaves, and this one right here, I don't know if you can see this. What is this? It's been making a peduncle and aborting many times. I don't know if that's a peduncle, but I think it's trying to adjust the environment. Adjust to the environment I have is what I think. But it's trying to bloom so many times. I mean, if you think about how big it is as a cutting, it's pretty impressive how they try to bloom. So I'm sure it's gonna happen sometime soon. It's just a matter of adjusting. So yeah, high hope for this one. Here is my kitchen little tent inside. Hoya publicalis. I can never pronounce it right. Looks like it's got little barn from my little light. Amazing it those light can do. I think I'm gonna move it over there so it doesn't burn anymore. But it's growing really well inside here. I have one more which for some reason have no problem growing in my living room, but yeah, this one I'm just trying to make it give it a little kick there. Here's a carnosa. I have 3 pots of carnosa. Another one and this one came in together. One is the other one is in kitchen windowsill, and it's growing, and I really like to see it growing if you ever focus. Okay, it's focusing now. So it's growing really well, slow but surely growing. Here's some experiment. This is a Rhaphidophora testama. A lot of backyards doing well. Here's a Loki, making a peduncle again. It aborted so many times, just like multiflora too. But and keeping it wet this time. Last time I think I found it dry, so that might be the reason. Hopefully, numeroid is cutting, or I should say, accidental cutting. It hasn't done nothing for a long time, but finally making a little growth there, so it's kind of exciting. Not much to see there. This is I should know this, caudata. This one's doing okay. Finally making a little bit of a progress here. I'm trying to make a new leaf here. This node is trying to make something else here. It's hard to see, it's really small, but yeah, it's not dead, that's for sure. That's sometimes more important, you know. There's nothing really to see, but it's growing slowly. Maybe need a touch of a maybe it needs a touch of a water. Here's a Hoya sigillatus. This is given from my friend. There's 3 cuttings in it, and it's rooting very well. So I think I'm gonna pot this. Maybe not. So this one likes hot but humid, and also air movement. So that's why it's in here. There's a little fan going underneath, and yeah, it's doing well. I can't pronounce it. I don't even try. Buotii sunriser, which is this one. It should be potted in right now. I'm just busy. This got little roots going. Very beautiful variegation. My Sarracenia seedlings. It's got the barn there. I don't know why, but yeah, I think it's desiccated. It's okay. Papashoniai seedling. It's growing. I like it. Doesn't really require too much light, or actually pretty much shady. And here's my little Hoya village here. The light is off so that we can see it, but it's, you know, not much to say. Rotundifolia, it keeps dropping leaves, but I think it's finally adjusting to it, and it stops doing that. It's like a Cortsia, you know, when you get it, lots of leaves yellowing and drops, so it stops doing that. So that's a good sign. It's a carnosa, just a regular carnosa. It's a present from my customer I used to have in the route. He has a huge long stem Hoya, and I just had a comment about it, and he went back to his house and then made a fresh cutting and gave it to me. And yeah, I tell you, fresh cuttings make a good roots really quick. So, and this one, I think it's a carnosa, but it's something, I think it's something different. I don't know. And this is a fungi from Portland. It just got here, so it's still not doing anything. Have to wait for it. It's rooted though, so hopefully it's gonna do something new. I don't know. Chelsea Hoya, Carnosa, Chelsea. It hasn't done anything much, but finally, after I moved it in here, I don't know if you can tell, but let me try to focus it. No, it doesn't want to focus. Well, that little brown looking thing is a new growth, so I am pretty excited. And here is oh man, I have too many, I cannot remember. Isabella Chane. It's doing fine, not doing anything yet. I think it's on the stage of where trying to make a root system. So William Minor doing fine. And skip this middle shelf and then go down. Here's something pretty. Yeah. It's got nice coloration to it because of the light. So they do fine in a lower light condition compared to other carnivorous plants. Therefore, it's strongly recommended to use it for fungus nuts or something. I mean, look at that. It's doing its job really well, and you don't see much fungus nuts in this little tent because of this. But anyways, this, I mean, look at this color. It's really pretty. See if I could change the lighting. Here you go. It's really nice color, and it comes from the light. Without the light, it will do fine. It flower and whatnot, but under the color, under the light, really well lit grow lights or whatsoever, it will give you a very nice color like this. Not the gigantea for some reason, but these, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then of course flower, and that's a Capensis village there too. I have so many here and there, but they need a light, whereas those guys, it'll be fine. It will just not turn to this kind of cute pinkish purplish color, but it will live, it will work, as a carnivorous plant. Here's Nemeloides cutting. Had a peduncle on it, and then it flowered. Really sweet. It's kind of not strong enough, but if you kind of get closer to it, you will sense the strong scent, very sweet scent to it. But yeah, it's in the water and rooting really well, so I am going to put it up on my eBay account or something like that. I don't need too many. I have this one too. This one hasn't flowered this year yet, but it's growing really well. Gives me lots of new growth. This one is what do you call it? Eskimo Crowniana. I can never remember this name, but it's finally adjusting to this environment. These are new leaves. So yeah, exciting. And peduncles are not aborted yet, so that means it will have a really good chance to flower from here too, and here. So yep, nice and beautiful. I don't really care about the actual variegation to it, but I mean, look at it, it still have variegation. Anyways, Macrophylla growing, making more new leaves and more stems. Very pretty. It grew really well this year. Obobata is still having a new growth here and there. So was Shephardii. Not much to say. Lacanosa. That one is bushy 20 something dollars in from a Spokane trip, and it's growing too, so that's a nice one. Here is our oldest in my collection. At that time we just bought it, we didn't even know the name of it. It's a carnosa, crimson princess. Very popular. I mean, I'm not gonna buy any more of those, but it's just, I guess, one of those like phalaenopsis in orchids world, you know, like must have. But it's finally growing well. It almost died when we bought it, and I didn't really know much about this plant, so that's another reason why. But now the Facebook group and so many YouTubers videos and stuff, and I learned a lot. It's like 3 years old. All it needs is a bloom. And here's that, and they're all growing fine. Nothing to report about. No peduncle or anything. I don't know if it should have enough lights provided, but I don't know. But it's just looks wonderful though, right? Just a foliage. Here's a actual mother plant of Numeoloides coming from a Portland shopping trip. It's got, look at it, nice, very beautiful flower came out. I don't know what else to say. It needs a sunlight though, really good light, which is hard to provide in my apartment. That's why it's under the light. It's off right now, but yeah, it seems happy here. It's growing, and there's more peduncles. So yeah, and I mean, look at it. It's in a bedroom where there's no sunlight, so it's kind of dark. That's why it's got the light. But anyways, Onyocoides hasn't done anything. Iris Mary from Logis, growing everywhere. I might make a cutting sometime soon. This is one of the fastest growing Hoya I have. Those guys doing its thing. Nothing to report about. Here's what I mean by Iris Mary. This is cuttings from my friend. This also grows really fast. Impressive. And here's the cuttings. I made a video about how to or when to pot it up. Doing its thing. It's not dead. Again, it's trying to make a root system first, so I'm not even worried about it. Here's another Hoya village here. Y80i. I have two, and they're both growing. It's growing really well too. Australis. Oh, sorry about that. Australis. It's trying to grow. Look at that. If I don't know, it's so hard to show it to you. Here is a new stem coming up. So cute. New stem with the leaf. So yeah, it's finally starting to grow something. And here's another Australia's SSP Tempest or something. 10 Tweepus. Hasn't done anything, but it's okay. It made a new leaf. So coming down a shelf. Here is what is this? Oh, Diversiflora or something. Diversifolia. It's trying to grow here. If you can see, it's a little thing here. That's where the new growth coming up. This is I really think it's Kentia. No, La Carnosa, but it's growing really well. I mean, look at it. Yeah, so I think it's one of those pouting for a bit for root system. And here's what do you call it? It's, I think it's a carnosa, but crystal variation or cultivar. I don't know which one it is, but it's doing fine. Look at that. Leaves. So, yep, that's I think that's it. At this point, I think we have like about 59, 58, maybe 60 different Hoyas at this point. Luckily, they don't require too much attention or care, so that's why I can do this on top of, as you can see, a whole bunch of orchids. But yeah, that's it for the update, and thank you for watching. Bye.